Okay, this tutorial shows a new part of Small Basic which is called the text window. It looks like a command prompt. We've got this little message that's been printed out on the screen. It's asking us to enter our name. So I can enter in the name. Now it's asking for the age. So I can type in that. And then it's combined this information and printed out a message by taking whatever I typed in here and saving it, and also the age as well. Now, how this works. We've got an object called the text window, which is just for entering in text. We can set the title of the window, so that is, when we look at it, the heading up the top of the page, so using the text window. So if I change this, so we might change it, say, asking someone's name, or person's details. So when I run this, it's come up with a different set of information. Note, whenever I want to put in text or information, this is what's called a string, and that's enclosed by quotes. You note this will go up here. So everything inside those sort of quote marks is a piece of text which can be displayed on the screen. I've got another option called text window, and I want to write a line on the screen, and I'm going to print out hello there. And it's a command that takes one instruction or argument, and that's a string, prints out hello there. So that's what that first line is that pops up. Now, if I don't want to put a enter key and go on to another line, I've also got the write command, which when we run it, it prints out this first bit and leaves the cursor on the same line. Now the cursor's flashing there waiting for me to enter in something. That's because I used textwindow.read, so read by default reads in a piece of information, but we need somewhere to store it, and this is a really important concept called a variable. And I've given it the name because I'm storing what I'm reading in is the person's name, and we've got an equals is assigned to, and what we do, and the instructions on the right. So how these sort of commands work: we have the action, what we want to do, is assigned to the variable called name. So we sort of read from right to left. So whatever I type in on the keyboard gets saved in here. It's like a variable in maths. Got the same again. This time I've done the age, except this time I want to read a number in, so I've used the read number procedure or function and saved it in the variable called age. Now there's quite a useful feature with reading and writing strings, is what we can do is actually do what's called concatenate them and join them together. So I've got my first message, hello, and I want to add on whatever's written in name to it. So use plus name, plus next bit of the message, plus an age, years old. If I just wanted to have one line, text window dot, so right line, obviously remember you've got to have the quote marks for the message. Now, note I haven't put a space here. I want to show what happens when I do this. So hello name, I'm going to run this, code still works, and note there's no space between hello and Bob. That's because it needs to actually have inside the string the space. If I forget to put one of those closing quotes, when I run it, or try and run it, it's going to give me an error message. This will also happen if I forget one of the brackets. It won't let me run. So I'm going to run this. Obviously now we've got Bob again, it's gotten even older, and it's printed out our message. Once again, missing that little space. We'll fix up the rest of the information. Obviously the variables you use, make sure you give them names that are sensible to do with what information you're actually recording, because if you just have A, B, C, D, E, it gets really confusing later on. Okay, that's it for this little tutorial. Have a go at some of the activities.